On different cultures, and now we focus on the Afrikaans culture. I'm joined in studio here by Dr. Titus. He's Executive Director responsible for culture from ATKV, or should I say ATKV, and he's also joined by Mandy Killers. We are exploring a little bit of Afrikaans, like I said. Goeiemôre en baie welkom.
Baie dankie vir die uitnodiging.
Baie dankie. Dr. Titus, kom ons praat bietjie oor ATKV.
Yeah.
For someone who's never heard of ATKV, what do you do?
It's a cultural organization, a language and cultural organization, Afrikaanse Taal en Kultuurvereniging. It looks at the Afrikaans language and Afrikaans culture, but in a different way.
Yeah.
It looks at it in terms of its inclusive nature, because there is no such thing as the Afrikaans culture. It's such a variety of cultures. We started off with the Khoi people, took it further with the slaves, we took it further with the Cape Malay people, the Afrikaners, and as we see it now, it's really quite a wide mixture of people, and we want to give effect to that. If we look at the census figures, for example, of 2011, it says that 40% of Afrikaans mother tongue speakers are white people, 50% are colored people, 9% are African people, and 1% are Indian people. These are people who say that Afrikaans is my mother tongue.
Yeah,
my mother
that's
tongue.
amazing. I mean, for the fact that 50% is actually coloureds, né?
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes, and 602,000 are African people who say Afrikaans is my mother tongue.
And really, I remember when we were having this discussion and planning this broadcast, a lot of people were confused as to what culture is Afrikaans. What do they wear? What do they eat? Some people were talking about poikikos, and some people were talking about farmers wearing khaki clothes, shorts and shirts. And then you told me that, you know what, I'm going to bring someone who will be wearing a rugby jersey.
Yes.
So do you see rugby as your culture as an Afrikaner?
This was the compromise, because our marketing department didn't know what to do. Because, as you say, all those elements
we were all confused, yes.
All of that is part of the whole diversity, and we cannot box people anymore. Things have changed so much. And so our marketing department said, let us get Mandy and just show our allegiance to the rugby jersey, despite the terrible losses that they've had up to now. But we still feel that that is something where we can say people feel jointly together in that. But when it comes to culture, it's really cultures, it's really cultural backgrounds. And if you look at the different elements that made up the language that we have now, it really comes from such a wide variety of languages.
But is it a misconception for me and everyone watching to think, to have a picture of an Afrikaner wearing khaki clothes as the real Afrikaner culture?
I think it is wrong. I think it's wrong. There's such a wide variety of people within the Afrikaner community. And obviously the farmers are very prominent. The farmers are playing a massive role, but not anymore. It's really wide. I mean, Mandy, for example, is one of the younger people of our staff.
I actually want to bring her into the conversation as a young people. What do you see as your culture as an Afrikaner?
Yes, I think our Afrikaners have developed a lot. We have modernized a lot.
I think it's the case with all cultures.
Yes.
Exactly.
I think that's what happened. And we are not set in stone anymore that that's the way we should look and that's the way we should be. And I think that's what's amazing about us. It's not that we are standing out anymore. We are part of the whole culture community now.
So we are in a way sort of deviating from our ancestors and the culture. Let's talk a little bit about the food.
Yes, we thought this may be a useful display, because there we have the milk tart, the melk tart, which became quite prominent in Afrikaans communities and broader beyond that.
And koeksisters, I think we can all identify with koeksisters.
Koeksisters is the one in the middle, but the other one is called koesister. This is the one you get in the Cape. This is the Cape Malay. This is the influence of the Malays coming from Indonesia, from Java, the Muslim people largely, Indian people as well. But that is the difference that is the difference in the koeksisters. Sometimes they speak about koeksisters and they think it's koesisters.
So you're saying these ones are called?
These are called koesisters. Koesisters,
Hoe spellen mensen koesister? Is it
K-O-E, ja.
Okay.
Gawe,
All right, so they originate from the Western Cape.
They originate from the Western Cape, and they are still found up here in
Maar
Johannesburg
waar is
as
die
well.
potjiekos? Ek wil 'n
Die
bietjie vleis
potjiekos,
hê vanoggend.
Die potjiekos is daar, die braai is daar, almal is daar.
Die boerewors.
Die
Ja.
boerewors.
Ja.
So dis 'n wye verskeidenheid.
Yeah, but Mandy, do you know when you get together as young people and girls out, do you still go back to the original Cook Sisters and Melk Tart and soort? Do you?
Yes, for sure. I mean, I think of when we braai and when we get together, there's still that thing about having the traditional food or the traditional puddings and even like the trifle.
Yeah.
And having the skaarbout and aardappels on Sunday afternoons and all those, we still do that. I mean, and I'm newly married now, so I'm learning all those new recipes and the traditional recipes,
that's
and we
wonderful.
all still do that. Yes.
That's wonderful. What we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, baie dankie. Ons
vir die-
waardeer dit baie.
Baie dankie.
Baie dankie. Lekker dag verder. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for having watched Morning Live. I believe that we got to learn a little bit about Sesotho, Tshivenda and Afrikaans. Now, hopefully you also learned a thing or two. Well, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow morning here on Morning Live. But let's play you out with some beautiful sounds from Maumela. As I said, many of you would actually remember her as Susan on Mobango. Ndoreboa Ndizone.
By Dr. Frey. I am an African girl. Call me an African child. Where am I African now? Where am I African people? Come to the dance floor, move to the rhythm, scatter the dance floor. This is an African thing. Said come to the dance floor, move to the rhythm, scatter the place now. This is an African thing. Motherland. Can you hear the beat of the mother side? Can you see the colors of the rainbow? Visualize the beauty in the eyes of the girl. Yes, I'm feeling the rhythm, I'm loving the beating, This is how we're chilling, It's an African thing. Yes, I'm feeling the rhythm, I am feeling the beating, This is how we're chilling, It's an African thing. African girl, call me an African child.